main concern is not to have the truck bed fall off the rails and hit the fuel tank or do some damage. So in this first part of the video, I back the bed up just a few inches at a time, keep checking, adjusting the chain to make sure it's pulling straight off the back end, and you'll see what happens as I'm going along, being very careful. I got this in fast motion just to speed things up, but you'll see. Here it comes. Over the edge it went, off to one side. What to do now? Here we go. It jumped off to one side of the bed frame, so now I'm checking to see if there's any damage or what the story is. I can see that it's off to the right, so I'm going to readjust the chain and see if I can straighten that out so it comes off straight and it doesn't get hung up. So I'm adjusting the chain, hooking it up, one more look around, and back to the truck. At this point, it should straighten it out. It moved it to the left, we're realigned, so now I'd have to go back, check again, make sure everything was pretty cool. The other side. Okay, I noticed that it was hung up on a shackle at this point. So, in the next, it's not jumping off the shackle. It's hooked very hard. Okay, here's the solution. I have to get that hung up bed off of the spring shackle. So, the best way to do that is to jack it. This is a close-up view of the truck bed hanging up on the spring shackle. At this point, I had to do something. I had to get the bed off of that spring shackle. So I took a floor jack and a 6x6 and proceeded to lift it off the spring shackle. You'll see what happens in a second here. It doesn't take very much pressure for that bed to level itself off. Next would be to take that 6x6 and lay it on top of the shackle to keep the bed from falling back over. A picture is worth 1,000 words. Well, now let's take a look up close up. We didn't do any damage to the bumper or the tank, which I was worried about. Well, Nice looking frame. Fuel tank is all right. Everything's good. My original plan was to have the bed flipped over on its back so I could easily get to the wells. Well, that didn't happen because the way it came off the truck. So I had to use cutting torch, cut off wheels, shears, finally a sawzall to accomplish the demo. In this view, the white chalk lines represent what I had to cut out in order to access where the wells were along the two rails. Normally, a cutting torch would handle that very easily, but because of the rust, it doesn't work well. The cutoff wheels would explode even, so I had to use a sawzall. In this view, from left to right, a sawzall, a cutoff wheel, a circular metal cutting saw, a shear are all used to demo the bed. It was quite an operation, about a day and a half of cutting, but in the end, the job got done. Well, the truck is sitting in a snowbank waiting for more work to be done on it, probably in the spring.